YouTube, it's Real Rob, boy, back with another video. See, we got to ask ourselves questions like, how did we become the individual that we are today? Who did we learn from? Who taught us? Who showed us the way? Obviously, God. And to God alone gets all the honor and the glory and the praise. See, I'm finna be honest, nobody will never and can never take credit for what God is doing. Nobody. It is impossible. See, we know for a fact that God is the reason for our success, our gifts, and our talents. All the blessings that we get comes from God and to God alone. This is because God is your father. God is the parent. All the power that we have comes from God. All the gifts that we possess, the talent that we possess, all the characteristics that we possess, the morals, the principles, and the integrity that we possess comes from God. See, the truth is, they didn't come from your biological parents. They didn't, none of this, everything, all the power, all the integrity, all the morals and the principles that you possess, that we possess, it comes from God. It doesn't come from your biological parents. See, your parents gave birth to you. Parents gave birth to us, but God created us. Always remember that the parents, your biological parents gave birth, but God created us. You was not sent here to fulfill your purpose for your parents. No, you were sent here to fulfill the purpose that God has intended you to fulfill, not something that your parents want you to fulfill. You are not here, or you are not put on this earth to chase and accomplish dreams and goals that's not yours. You are here to accomplish and fulfill the purpose that's strictly intended for you. See, God made you your own individual so that you can run, dictate, manage, and make decisions for yourself in your own right, based off your life. But you're not alone, because with God has been molding you and shaping you since birth. Everything that we know, everything that we learned, everything that was taught, God has been teaching us throughout the years of us being here on earth. Everything comes from God, everything. And God has been guiding you. He's been guiding you, and he's been teaching you along the way. And the thing is, we learn each and every day, and God's still not done with us. See, God not even done with us. It's so much that we think we know, that we know already. No, it's just the beginning. See, you have to understand something. We are still learning and evolving each and every day. Every day we learn something new. Every day we find out new characteristics and new traits and new things about ourselves that just come naturally. This comes from God. Because God, even though we're powerful, even though that we are the most powerful as individuals walking the earth, God's still not done with us yet. So it's a constant teaching. It's a constant, when you're chosen by God, you're training under God constantly. And the training never stops. See, we just keep getting better and better and better and better, naturally, fluently. This don't come from anything. This doesn't come from your biological parents. This comes from God. See, we are constantly getting better and better, becoming the best versions of ourselves, because God made us limitless. God made us limitless. There's not nothing that we can't do. There's not nothing that we cannot accomplish. We can do whatever we want to do, and God gave us the power to do exactly whatever it is that we want to do, because the power that he has given us, he knew for a fact that we wouldn't do no wrong with the power that he has given us. God gonna only choose those who possess a pure heart. See, we don't take the blessings and the power and the gifts that God gave us for granted. All of your success comes from God. All of your accomplishments comes from God. Everything that you know, that you've been taught, that you learned, comes from God. Everything. You're successful because of God. The reason why you are peacefully internally in here is because of God. The reason why you are still here is because of God. You are protected because of God. Everything that we have comes from God. Now ask yourself one question. Ask yourself a couple of questions. Can your biological parents compete with God? I don't want to hear nothing. Can your biological parents compete with God? Can your biological parents deliver you from evil? Can your biological parents heal you internally? Can they go within and strip you away from all negative energy, replacing that negative energy with positive energy so that you can become the best version of yourself for the better? Can your parents do this shit? Can your parents deliver you from the suffering and the pain that you had to endure or that you're enduring right now on this earth? Can your parents save you from this? Can they help you? Are your parents, this is my thing, are some of y'all parents even y'all friends? Can you just go to your parent when you need some emotional, mental, and spiritual support? Are they even your friend? Do you even enjoy your parents' company? We got to ask ourselves these questions. Do you even enjoy your parents' company? What did your biological parents teach you growing up that can help you and shape you in a way that guarantees success? What did they teach you growing up that to make sure that you was gonna be on the right path to succeeding in life? You got to ask yourself these type of questions. You got to talk to yourself and ask yourself these questions. What the fuck did your parents really do to help you become the best version of yourself? I'm finna be honest, the answer is nothing. For some, the answer is nothing. Because your parents might love you. They might say they love you, and this the thing, they do love you. They do love you. Even though you honor your parents, and you have to honor your parents too. Even though you honor your parents, even though you have a connection with your parents. See, even though you have a connection with your parents, you're going to come to the realization that, see, they love you, and they might say they love you, but you have to understand something. They won't understand you. They won't value you. They won't cherish you. Because the truth is, they were not here and they're not meant to guide you. Sometimes we got to look at the bigger picture. Sometimes our parents, you got to understand something. Sometimes your parents was just a pawn in the game to get you where so that God can get you to where you needed to go in life. No. See, look, your parents are merely here so that God can use them to give birth to you so that you can carry out God's will. In order for you to get here, someone has to give birth to you. Jesus Christ, someone had to give birth to him. In order for you to even be on planet Earth, a woman has to give birth to you. All prophets, you got to understand something. All prophets, all chosen ones, all powerful individuals, God put us here through birth. We just wasn't sent here just and appeared here. Nuh-uh. God had to do it the right way, meaning I'm gonna put Robert through this. Robert gonna have it hard growing up, but he gonna understand why I put him through this so that I can make him strong. I'm gonna choose this particular woman to give birth to my son, and my son is gonna carry out my will because Robert is my son and I'm his parent. You see why I'm getting? You got to see why I'm getting at here. See, God knows us better than us. He knows you better than you. He knew that you was gonna fulfill his purpose no matter what. That's why he used some of these demons. That's why he put you through some of these demons. That's why a lot of demons give birth to angels so that God can make an example out of them. See, God knew that we was gonna serve him no matter what. He knew that. That's why he chose us. See, being chosen means that all of your answers, the teachings, your guidance, the wisdom, the intelligence that you possess, everything comes from God. Everything comes from God, not your biological parents. Everything comes from God. See, as time goes on, you're going to realize that your biological parents didn't really do anything, and they didn't really teach you anything that could help you grow in life, that could help you succeed in life. You're going to realize they really didn't teach you nothing. You are going to realize that you didn't need them and that you don't need them, because as you get older and as you become closer with God, you're going to see what God is doing for you, and you're going to compare what God is doing for you into what other people are doing for you, and you're going to come to the realization that you never needed anybody but God. And once you come to this realization, once you come to the realization that you no longer needed your parents, let me tell you something. You're not even gonna want to be in contact with your parents anymore. You're gonna sever your relationship with your parents due to the fact that God is deliberately removing you away from these individuals because they're not righteous individuals. If they was righteous, you would have been raised in a way that you should go. That way you wouldn't depart from it. See, the truth is, majority of parents, they're not good parents. They're not good people. They're evil. And they didn't take accountability for the mistakes that they made, and they didn't look in a mirror and self-reflect. So they live a lifestyle full of constant karma and regret. And because of this, they take their anger and frustration out on their children. But God gonna say, heads no. You're not finna do this to my son. You're not finna do this to my daughter. And I'm going to make an example out of you by using my son to do my bidding for me. And you're not going to touch him. See, you're going to sever your relationship with your parents because you're going to come to the realization that they could not provide the things that you needed in order to help you become successful and in order to help you become the best version of yourself. They did not provide these things for you, and they will not provide these things for you. And once you realize this, chosen ones, you're going to sever your relationship with your parents, whether you like it or not, because once your parents realize that you chose God, once your parents come to the realization that you are allowing God to be the center of your life, and you are allowing God to control you, once you start letting it be known that God is in control of your life, watch out. Because let me tell you something. Once this happens, your parents is going to become severely jealous of you, because the truth is, a lot of parents, they don't want to be loved. They want to be worshiped. They don't want to be loved. They want to be worshiped as though they are God. They want you to worship them. That's what people need to understand. Your parents doesn't want love. They want worship. And God can see this. And because God can see this, he's going to deliberately remove you from them because they're evil. They're wicked. Some people still to this day cannot come to the conclusion, and they will not accept the fact that their parents are the most evil and the most vicious individuals walking this earth. But the truth makes people uncomfortable, but you have to accept the truth for what it is. You will no longer need your parents, because guess what? God gave you your own specific life purpose. You are not here to fulfill and chase dreams and goals and aspirations that's not yours. You are here to chase and achieve the dreams, goals, and the aspirations that God has given you, that God has allowed you to choose and set out for yourself. You cannot live vicariously through someone. You have to live for you and love yourself and put yourself first. Your parents will not like when you put yourself first, because they want everything from you. And this is just the truth. But don't worry, because God is going to remove you. And sometimes in life, removing individuals is a blessing in disguise. You just have to be conscious and aware of what's going on. Stay blessed.